Josh McCuistion of Soonerscoop.com here at the Under Armour All-American Day 1 of practice with David Stone. David, I mean, dude, you knew you were headed here for a while. I mean, you've known this game was on your radar for a long time. But what's it feel like to finally be out here, you know, doing the stuff that I know you've been watching guys do for years, man?
Yeah, man, this has always been a dream of mine since I was a kid. You know, I used to grow up watching the games and seeing them on YouTube and stuff. I used to watch the highlights over and over. And, you know, I'm finally in the same position. So I know if I was doing it as a kid, it's my chance to leave a big impact on it. And, you know, I got to set a good example for the youth looking at me now.
Yeah, absolutely. You're almost there, man. You got a couple weeks, and then you're in Norman, man. What you've gone through signing day, you know, all that. Is it kind of hard to believe it's all this close, man? Like all this chaos is about to get left behind. You just go back to playing ball again.
Yeah, man. The timing of everything it's been a little bit hectic, but you know, I'm all for it. You know, it ain't nothing I can't handle. You know, it's a blessing at the same time. So I'm excited for, you know, the things to come in the future. You know, especially me being at OU, man. This is something I've been waiting for my whole life. You know, I talked to Jaden almost every day when he was in San Antonio. So just seeing everything, him having fun, man, it just made me want to, you know, come even more. But NCAA rules, so you know, I'm just watching from a distance right now.
Now, we talked about it off camera. I'll say it short and sweet for you. Since you're playing in 2 All-Star games, apparently you can't play or you can't go through the practices. I don't know why 1 or 2 would matter. But the NCAA always got something interesting for us. But you know, what's it been like though, getting to hang out with? You know, obviously you got Jaden. You know, but being here and being around some new guys that maybe you haven't spent much time with. Obviously Daniel from England. I mean, that's a whole different deal. What's it like just getting to know those guys and getting more familiar with them?
Man, Daniel's funny. That's my roommate here, so.
Oh, is it? I asked him.
Yeah, so that's my roommate, man. He's definitely a character. I can definitely see him being someone that, you know, that can bring OU in the right direction. His talent on the field is, you know, is very good. I've seen a lot of great O-linemen, and not just saying just because he's a Sooner, but his work ethic is definitely up there for someone that you wouldn't even consider, you know. Him being from London, I was, you know, worried myself about it, but man, he's definitely a hidden gem. You know, he already knows the playbook. He was teaching. He was teaching a few of the offensive guys that's here right now, and then, you know, it was just a good time for all the guys. We were all chilling in my room, all of us, and then, you know, let me think. It was me, Danny, Jaden Hardy was over for a second. Eugene didn't come. But we also had, what's our tight end's name? I can't think. Yeah, Devon. Why I couldn't.
Man, I
Devon,
want to cut that out, man. I'm gonna have to tell him.
I know, man. Please, Vaughn was in my. Listen. The thing with Vaughn, it was so funny because I'm like, okay, Vaughn. I thought he was kidding. He was like, I'm gonna stay with you guys. I was like, all right, you can stay. And then Vaughn was like, no. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. He was like, can I sleep in your bed? I was like, all right, bro. I said, you just lay down there. And he put his head on the other side of the bed. He slept in my room. But I'm like, he had his own bed in another room. He wants to sleep where he's like, but you're our OU guys, you know, so it don't matter. I was like, all right.
Together.
Yeah, so
Yeah, okay.
I was like, I'm cool with it. And then I was up till like 5 a.m. in the middle of the night, bro. I just hear. I'm like, yo. I text the group chat so quick. I'm like, yo, Devon, I recorded a whole video of him sleeping. It was funny. He was snoring loud, bro.
So I know which part is going to get mentioned by everybody when they watch this interview now. I don't even need to ask you anything else, man. We about covered it. But now, just last question, because I know, you know, a couple guys want to talk to you here, but just kind of as a final thing, what, you know, looking back on all this, man, freshman year, you and I were talking. I mean, you've been a guy for a long time. Now that you've gone through the whole process, man, what do you kind of think of all this, and what's it been like to kind of walk in your shoes for a little while?
Man, it was definitely a process. It was definitely ups and downs to it all. I had some good moments, some bad moments, even some great ones. You know, I met a lot of great people, and I'm fortunate enough to start those relationships with those people I met. And even you know, I made a great relationship with you and some of the other guys, you know, that reported me and covered me, you know, from the time I was a freshman. You know, just going forward, you know, I'm just grateful to have this opportunity. And anyone, you know, who's in the same shoes as me, I hope you can, you know, gain something positive from the situation that you have. Opportunities that you've been blessed with, because, you know, everyone's not fortunate to this. You know, I have some teammates at Dell City I used to play with that unfortunately, you know, don't have the same opportunity as me to keep going to the next level and play football. But, you know, it's still love for those guys, and I know if they were in the same opportunity as me, they'll just give as much energy as I have, you know. And so anyone that's gunning for the same opportunities, man, just give it your all. That's all I can say.
Man, David Stone's going from sleeping stories to heartfelt answers. Man, you're covering the range tonight. But again, this has been Josh McCuistion, the Sooner Scoop, here with David Stone.